Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that your net worth has officially crossed $100,000. Not your salary, not the value of your car, not the amount of money passing through your bank account. Your actual net worth, the number that measures what you truly own minus what you owe. For most Americans, reaching that first $100,000 feels impossible. It sounds like something reserved for high-income professionals, successful entrepreneurs, or people born into wealth. But here's the surprising reality. The first $100,000 is often the hardest milestone you'll ever reach. Once you get there, the next $100,000 can come much faster. In fact, legendary investor Charlie Munger once said that the first $100,000 is a but you have to do it. Today, we're breaking down exactly how ordinary Americans are reaching their first six-figure net worth faster than ever before, and how you can do the same. Let's start with a simple truth that most people never fully understand. Net worth is not income. Someone earning $200,000 a year can have a negative net worth if they're drowning in debt. At the same time, someone earning $60,000 a year can quietly build a six-figure net worth through disciplined saving and investing. Net worth is calculated by taking everything you own, including cash, investments, retirement accounts, and property, and subtracting everything you owe, such as credit card balances, auto loans, student loans, and mortgages. The reason this number matters so much is because it reflects actual financial progress. It tells you whether you're building wealth or simply generating income. One of the biggest mistakes Americans make is focusing entirely on earning more money while ignoring what happens to that money after it arrives. Every year, millions of people get raises, bonuses, and promotions, yet they remain financially stuck because their spending rises just as fast as their income. This phenomenon is known as lifestyle inflation. You get a raise and suddenly upgrade your apartment. You buy a newer car, you spend more on vacations and dining out. Before long, your higher income has disappeared into a more expensive lifestyle. Wealthy people understand something different. They use income increases to buy assets rather than liabilities. They invest the difference instead of spending it. The first major accelerator toward a $100,000 net worth is increasing your savings rate. Most financial experts focus heavily on investment returns, but during the early stages of wealth building, your savings rate often matters far more than market performance. Think about it this way. If you're saving only 3% of your income, even an incredible stock market return won't dramatically change your situation. But if you're saving 20%, 30%, or even 40% of your income, you're creating powerful momentum. The people who reach six-figure net worth milestones early in life are rarely financial geniuses. They're simply allocating a larger portion of their earnings toward wealth-building assets. The next step is making your money work for you. This is where investing becomes essential. Many people keep excess cash sitting in a checking account earning virtually nothing. While maintaining an emergency fund is important, long-term wealth is typically built through ownership of productive assets. For most Americans, that means investing in broad market index funds through retirement accounts, such as a 401k or an IRA. These investments allow you to participate in the growth of thousands of businesses simultaneously. Instead of trying to pick the next hot stock, you're buying a piece of the entire economy. The power of investing becomes obvious when you understand compound growth. Imagine investing consistently every month. At first, progress feels painfully slow. Your account grows by a few $100s, then a few thousand. But eventually, your investments begin generating returns of their own. Then those returns start generating additional returns. Over time, the growth becomes exponential. This is why the first $100,000 is so challenging. During the early stages, most of your wealth comes directly from your own contributions. Later, investment gains start doing much of the heavy lifting. Another crucial factor is eliminating high-interest debt as quickly as possible. Credit card debt can quietly destroy wealth-building efforts because interest rates often exceed 20%. Think about what that means. If your investments earn 8% annually, but your credit card debt costs 25% annually, you're effectively moving backward. Before aggressively investing, many financial experts recommend eliminating toxic debt. Every dollar used to pay off high-interest balances creates a guaranteed return equivalent to the interest rate you're avoiding. Your credit profile also plays a larger role than many people realize. A strong FICO score can save tens of thousands of dollars over a lifetime through lower interest rates on mortgages, auto loans, and other forms of borrowing. People with excellent credit often pay significantly less for the same financial products compared to individuals with poor credit. Improving your credit score isn't just about borrowing money. It's about keeping more of your money, consistently paying bills on time, maintaining low credit utilization, and avoiding unnecessary debt can create long-term financial advantages that accelerate wealth accumulation. Increasing income remains important, but there's a strategic way to approach it. Many people focus exclusively on cutting expenses. While that's useful, there are limits to how much you can reduce spending. There's no limit, however, to how much you can potentially increase income. Americans reaching six-figure net worth milestones quickly often develop additional income streams. Some start freelance businesses. Others build online income, consult in their industry, or create side hustles that generate extra cash flow. Every additional dollar earned can either be consumed or invested. The individuals who become wealthy choose the second option more often than the first. One often overlooked strategy is taking full advantage of employer benefits. If your employer offers a 401k match, failing to contribute enough to receive the full match is essentially turning down free money. Imagine someone offering you a guaranteed 50% or even 100% return on your contribution immediately. That's exactly what many employer matching programs provide. Yet countless employees leave thousands of dollars on the table every year simply because they don't participate. Taxes are another hidden factor that can dramatically impact wealth-building speed. The tax code contains numerous incentives designed to encourage investing and retirement savings. Accounts such as Roth IRAs and traditional 401ks offer valuable tax advantages that can increase the amount of money working for you over time. Understanding how to legally minimize taxes allows more capital to remain invested and compounding. Wealthy individuals often spend significant time optimizing taxes because they understand that every dollar saved is another dollar available for growth. Patience may be the most underrated wealth-building skill of all. We live in a culture obsessed with overnight success. Social media constantly showcases people claiming they became millionaires in months through crypto, options trading, or some secret strategy. The reality is that sustainable wealth is usually built through consistency rather than excitement. The most successful investors in history have often followed surprisingly boring approaches. They invest regularly, avoid emotional decisions, and stay committed through market ups and downs. There will be moments when the journey feels slow. Markets will decline. Unexpected expenses will appear. Friends may seem to be getting rich faster through riskier investments. During those moments, it's important to remember that wealth building is not a sprint. It's a marathon. The goal isn't to get rich next month. The goal is to create financial freedom that lasts for decades. Here's the encouraging part. Once your net worth reaches $100,000, everything starts to change. Your investments become larger. Compound growth becomes more noticeable. Opportunities become easier to pursue. Financial stress often decreases. The systems you've built begin producing results with less effort. What once felt impossible starts feeling inevitable. That's why the first $100,000 is such a powerful milestone. It's not just about the money. It's proof that you've learned the habits, discipline, and mindset required to build lasting wealth. So if you're currently at zero or even starting with debt, don't focus on becoming a millionaire overnight. Focus on reaching that first $100,000. Increase your savings rate. Invest consistently. Eliminate high-interest debt. Improve your credit profile. Maximize employer benefits. Increase your income whenever possible. Most importantly, stay patient. Because the people who ultimately build substantial wealth aren't necessarily the smartest or the luckiest. They're the ones who keep moving forward long enough for compound growth to work its magic. And when you finally cross that six-figure net worth milestone, you'll realize it wasn't one giant decision that got you there. It was hundreds of small, smart financial choices repeated over and over again until success became unavoidable.